Well, everybody, you may know my next guest is one of the stars of the hit Fox show, The O.C. Please welcome the beautiful Mischa Barton. Now, first of all, I got hooked on this show like the first time they aired it. My wife and I started watching this show from the first episode.
Really? That's
and first of all, I want to commend you because you are still a teenager, and you are one of the only people playing a teenager on TV who's really a teenager.
I know, people are always surprised when they find that out.
In history, yeah.
Yeah, because I guess there's this stigma that everybody thinks you're always in your 20s playing younger, and so I'm always like, no, I really am. Well, I'm 18 now. I just had my birthday on January 24th.
But that makes it believable because, settle down, sir. This guy back there, yeah! Oh, I don't have her number. It's amazing because, yeah, there's this precedent set from, like, these, every teenager, quote, teenager show ever made, Beverly Hills 90210, most of that cast in their late 40s when they were making that show.
Yeah, well, they were on for a really long time.
Luke Perry fought in the Korean War, and then, towards the end of that show, they were like, we better get off to class, we should, let's go. Their jaws were falling off, but it's very believable. This is good.
Thank you.
Now, one of the things that I've noticed about the show, and I'm not complaining, it just hurts the realism a little bit, is that they show the school that you all go to. Yeah. It is the most, everyone, like they'll have a shot with 900 students in the shot, every one of them gorgeous. Beautiful people walking around, you know?
Yeah, totally.
And you think, like, just put one fat kid in there. Just put one kid in there with one blemish or something, just to make people like me feel represented.
I've mentioned it before. I guess it's because the whole idea of the OC is that everyone's beautiful and surfs and has that, like, ripped body and, like, is really into the surf culture and beachy looking. So everyone looks the same. Everyone's in, like, quintessential Uggs and, like, it's just so that I guess you pay more attention to, like, Seth stands out as the dorky kid. And
the guy they've cast, Seth, who the person who's playing Seth, his name?
Adam Brody.
Adam Brody.
Yeah.
He's the dork, and he's, like, much better looking than anyone who went to my school. He's like, I guess I'm a real nerd, you know? I can't get a date. Well, too bad for me. I'm a real geek. And, but the problem is that when people like me watch that show, I'm thinking, it makes me feel inferior, because I know, in high school, I was the Irish Urkel. I had my pants, like, up here, and I had the bad skin.
It's funny you should say that. Our executive producer, McGee, said the same thing, because he grew up in Orange County, and he's Irish, too, and he really, that's how he felt. He always felt like he was the dorky kid in school. So that's kind of why he made this show, because he grew up there in Newport.
And this is, like, his way of, I guess, saying, getting his revenge, maybe.
I guess
making his high school years better. Now, the other problem you have, because it's a high school show, is how many years, the show's a big success, it's probably going to be on for a while. How many years is the cast going to stay in high school? It's one of those things where...
I'll probably be 40 eventually playing. Like, I don't know. I mean, we just take it one day at a time on our show. We've been so busy this season. I mean, it's been a really hard season. We weren't really sure when we were starting off. We've been off and on with baseball and everything this year. So we've just been, like, so happy about it. I don't know. It's funny to think about it in the long run.
You mentioned, I mentioned Irish. You didn't mention it, but I'll pretend you did, so I have a transition.
I am half Irish, half English.
And that means you actually have family in Ireland right now.
I do. I went back over New Year's, so I do have family there. I've got my grandpa there, and they're from, like, Roscommon, and I was in Sligo over New Year's.
So do you, do they get to see the show? Do they see the OC? Do they see your work?
You know what? When I was there over New Year's, the show wasn't on there yet, and I really didn't want my, like, old grandpa to have to be watching the show, because there's, like, drugs and stuff on it, and that was sex and all these things, so I was really worried. I was like, oh, thank God the show's not on there yet.
Right.
And then maybe a week after I left, somebody called me from Dublin and was like, it just aired. It's, like, our new favorite show. We have, like, a party where every, like, Wednesday we sit down, or whatever day it's on in Ireland, and watch your show before we go out. So what
does an Irish person think of the OC, which is all about this amazing part of California and sunlight? And
yeah, the really weird thing is, I was talking to someone in Dublin today, and they said that they felt like it was the OC could even be in Ireland, and I was like, I don't know how to relate.
No, the OC cannot be in Ireland.
I was like, exactly.
I don't know much about anything. The OC cannot be in Ireland.
Like...
Rains all the time. Everyone's depressed. Yeah. People are wearing these tweed overcoats.
I know. Kind of the whole point about our show is it's like this place that's nowhere else in the world. You know, it's totally unbelievable. But
today on the OC, a ditch fills with water, and they have to get rid of it. You know. Rawr, rawr. They also talk like pirates in Ireland. That's my belief. They do. Everyone thinks that they sound like the Lucky... They don't sound like the Lucky Charms stuff. They sound like... That's my experience in Ireland. I hope I didn't frighten you with that impression.
No, no.
The OC airs Wednesdays at 9 on Fox. And you're doing a great job. Thanks a lot for being here. Yeah, we'll see you next time. Mischa, Barton, everybody. Mindy Smith coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.